Hello everyone, welcome back to the internet's best reactions. We are here in the Bahrain paddock. We've been here all week. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to Bahrain International Circuit for having us out here. I know a lot of you will be clicking on this video waiting to see a reaction of a certain incident that happened during this Grand Prix, but you're going to have to wait for that because we've got to start at the beginning. Also, if I forget anything, I'm sorry. I've been in the grandstands. You don't get as much information. If you've been to a Grand Prix, you will know this. It doesn't feel like you've actually really watched the race, but I've got your reactions, so let's get into it. Let's begin with the very start of the race. Charles Leclerc was on pole position, and I remember sat there in the grandstand eagerly watching his start, and then I just saw the rear wheel spinning up, and that's exactly what Harry_Watkins 96 has come in with, Leclerc trying to get going. It was a difficult start, but it got better, and then worse, but I'm not talking about that yet. At Hamgraff, Matt after turn one, yes, okay, I wasn't particularly happy, but then I was happier because it was just a bizarre race, okay? We all know what happened at turn one. Charles got dropped down to third, nearly fourth, then came back and took the lead again. Lovely. Now, one of the things I've noticed being here for the Bahrain GP is the sparks. You see them on television, but when you see them in real life, oh my goodness me. At victorvilladsen, Sainz lap 4. It was like bonfire night, November the 5th. Carlos Sainz just scraping along the ground. It was pretty impressive. At official Susk, Matt seeing Leclerc overtake Vettel. I know the fact that Charles is now part of Ferrari, there's just so many more tweets about how I'm reacting at certain points during the race. We'll try not to make everything about Charles, because I know a lot of you will get angry. But yes, when I saw him overtake Vettel into turn one round the outside, that was saucy. It was just epic action, wasn't it? For pretty much the entire race, there was either strategy with the fact it was a 1 or 2 stop, and also the racing for the lead and at the front, and it was Hamilton and Vettel a little bit later on in the race at Jamie_day27, racing at the front. Yes, please.
Are you talking any sense here for your followers?
I hope so. Nico, how's it going?
Are you talking nonsense?
Probably nonsense. That's what they love.
Please comment below. Is it nonsense or is it making sense?
How did you find the race, Nico? What's your thoughts?
Awesome.
Yeah, it was quite heartbreaking for Charles, wasn't it?
Yeah, sport sucks sometimes, and I know a lot
You've
about
been
that.
yeah,
I've had many moments like that. My goodness, this is why Sebastian spun on track. Just coming out of that corner, coming out of that corner is the wind from the back. Yeah. And just, anyways, I gotta go.
Inside.
It was a huge honor to be on WTF1. Thank you very much. Keep watching WTF1 and subscribe to the channel WTF1.
Cheers, Nico. Did that just happen? What is my life? Yeah, just a Formula 1 world champion saying, subscribe to WTF1. What epic content. If we didn't get that on audio, I'm going to cry myself to sleep. At Kyle Bartlett 123, the first 6 laps looking to be a great race. And my God, it was great. It was epic. It was just bizarre. Bizarre is definitely the word of the video. What is happening with this channel? We're in the paddock. Nico Rosberg, bam, WTF1, subscribe. What the Now, Kvyat had an incident with Antonio Giovinazzi. I've learned how to pronounce that now, and quite a few tweets came in about the fact the torpedo got torpedoed. At Matt Simpson 99, Kvyat, I got it wrong, Kvyat involved in an incident where he was innocent. Bit harsh, he's not that bad. I really have to be quite careful as well when I say come in the paddock, then he can just walk past, oh, Kvyat, oh shit. But it's fine, we're fine, I think. Now I felt this was quite harsh, but maybe I missed some things in the race broadcast. At Kyle Bartlett 123, Giovinazzi, terrible spelling, but an amazing gif this weekend. Do you agree with this? Because I didn't feel like he was that bad, but maybe he was. Now, I don't normally include 2 tweets from the same person, but this one was, this gif was amazing. Matt Simpson 99 comes in again with, at this current rate, this will be Red Bull to Gasly. He's not done particularly well, has he? I mean, I love the guy. I think he's a really nice guy, but he just hasn't had the form that you would expect him to have in a Red Bull. And we know that Red Bull have very much sort of revolving doors. And will Kvyat get promoted again to Red Bull? Imagine the scenes if he's gone all the way down to go all the way back up again. We're not going to start the rumour mill just yet. Gasly deserves a season at least. Let's see what happens. Now, there was a moment in the race when everyone had pitted, but one man, Daniel Ricciardo, had continued on without pitting. I know he hadn't pitted, but he was in the lead of the race. Now, this is funny for 2 reasons. 1, because it's relatable, and 2, because they got the typo. At fan of F1_, seeing Ricciardo in first brought a tear to my ear. Oh God, I've got 3 from the same person. Oh my God, what have I... This is what happens when I'm just in the grandstand and I don't notice who I've screenshotted. Right, I'm not going to use this person's tweet, but we're going to talk about it. Norris overtaking Raikkonen. Lando Norris just in general, absolutely smashing this weekend. For the haters, for the doubters of Lando Norris and the hype around him, 6th place, is that enough for you? Now, Jess, who you will know from the WTF1 podcast, loves to talk about my ever-changing opinion of Valtteri Bottas on social media. And fair enough, I do change my opinion race to race, and it happened again. Where was he? 30 seconds down the road and ended up finishing 2nd. It was probably the most undeserved 18 points I've ever seen in Grand Prix racing. At Daniel_Falk, no more Bottas 2.0? I don't know, because in China he's probably going to win by 3 minutes. So who knows? It is really windy. I hope you can still hear me. Any more drivers coming along? No, just going to be, you know, Formula 1 World Champion. Cool. Still definitely over that. At the official FNG, so what's life for Williams like right now? That's the thing. They're just down there. But it's still not great, is it? It's still not great, but it's not going to change from Australia to Bahrain, is it? It's not going to change in China. It's going to be at least middle of the season before we probably see any kind of improvements. So let's hope they do improve. Now, I mentioned a little bit earlier about the 1 or 2 stops, and this is what makes such great racing when there is strategy available to the teams at _JackHan_. These nail-bitingly close 1 or 2 stop strategies is actually the best thing about this race. And I have to absolutely agree with you because it just makes it so unpredictable. You had Hamilton going on a completely alternate strategy to Leclerc, then Leclerc was pulling away on supposedly the slower tyres. It was just throwing everything out the window. You had Vettel overtaking Hamilton and Hamilton overtaking Vettel. It was just carnage. Now, a very, word of the day, bizarre occurrence happened at turn 4, about lap 40-ish, I guess. I can't really remember the exact lap, but it was when Hamilton and Vettel battling. And by the way, how good was that battle? How good is it to just see them fighting on track in very similar cars at that specific moment? It was brilliant. At Jonathan Kraus 88, Vettel training in the simulator. Oh, he's just, it's just not, why did he have to spin? Why couldn't he have just gone wide or lost time? But it's just a spin and the meme just continues. This made me laugh as well. At Harry Cash, all Ferrari fans having 2018 flashbacks like. Oh, it was sad. I was actually quite upset that he did spin because it was going to be a great battle. Hopefully they were going to continue sort of battling for the next few laps, but not to be. Social Media Team Championship time now, and we have an exciting revelation coming in at one of the spots. So let's get straight into it. In 3rd place, a team that has never scored a point before. In fact, the only point they've ever scored is a negative point. It's Scuderia Ferrari. They were talking to Mercedes, and Mercedes says, guys, you've accidentally used a picture of Nigel Mansell. And then they come back and said, we heard facial hair influences performance. Ferrari banter, I'm so proud of them. 1 point. Coming in 2nd place is Sport Pacer Racing Point Formula 1 team. We can hear the teeth-clenching sound from the Renault F1 garage. We've been there, mates. We've been there. And that was when Ricciardo and Hülkenberg were getting a little bit too close for comfort into turn 1. And obviously, Perez and Ocon have had those exact moments many, many a time in 2018, 2017 as well. 2 points. And finally, the winners of the Social Media Team Championship for the Bahrain Grand Prix are the reigning champions again. Renault Sport F1 are absolutely smashing it at the moment, and this was actually quite brilliant. They had banter with Guido, so they even get, well, they don't get bonus points, but in my head they do. And it was when they were talking about leading the race with Danny Rick, and then Guido's like, did you take a screenshot? And he was like, you better have. Then Guido sent them a screenshot, and then they made it their Twitter banner. Amazing. 3 points. So that's 1 point for Scuderia Ferrari. I'm so proud. It's 2 points for Sport Pacer Racing Point Formula 1 team, and it's 3 points for Renault Sport F1. Okay, let's get on to it then. What happened at the end of the race, Matt? Well, let me tell you, the gods, the motorsport gods, did not look down on Charles Leclerc, who had absolutely dominated the race. At Swift Samby, I refuse to acknowledge the last 9 laps of this race. I thought they were whistling at me, but they're not. I refuse to acknowledge the last 9 laps of this race. I refuse to acknowledge this entire race. It never happened in my head, even though Charles Leclerc got podium. Wow, I was so upset, it is ridiculous. As if no other Formula 1 drivers have gone past. I'm absolutely disgusted, especially Lando. Where the hell is Lando? Anything to say?
I need to be on it one more time.
Yeah?
Are we still live?
We're still live, we're still rolling, we're nearly done.
Here for 30 minutes?
Yes.
You're probably going to have like a maximum of 10 viewers left.
It's not actually live now. It's not live now, but it will be live tomorrow on YouTube.
Okay,
Internet's Best Reactions.
So I hope you're going to cut it a bit more dynamically, yeah?
Yes, yeah. It won't just be 45 minutes of unedited footage. It will include you though, so don't worry. You will.
I'm glad. So I'm happy. I made a second.
You did 2 appearances. You are so lucky. See ya. So let me just get this straight. Formula 1 World Champion comes on once. Great banter, 5 minutes of chat. Then says, I need to be on WTF1 again. Then assumed it was live and that we had 10 viewers. Come on, it's at least 12. Anyway, carrying on. At Hoffy JR, this can't be happening. No, it couldn't. It couldn't be happening, but it was very sad, very upset, very, very, very despair. That's not even English, but very despair. On a brighter note, McLaren looking very strong indeed. Obviously, Sainz had that incident because of lap 4 with Verstappen, which was a shame. Verstappen was a little bit aggressive on the inside, and then Sainz got damaged. From what I could see on the screens anyway, it looked like Verstappen was at fault, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe I just hate Verstappen, but I don't hate Verstappen at all. I actually quite like the guy. At Travesty_22, Alonso looking at the pace of the McLaren cars. That man's career, anytime he leaves anywhere, they just get quicker. At Sam Turner 1324. This is brilliant. This is exactly me, and he's used a Tommy meme, beginning versus end of the race. Summed up absolutely perfectly. I could not have found 2 pictures better for how I felt at the beginning and at the end. Right, we're done. We need to do race rundown. Oh God. Oh, race rundown in these conditions. I'm so sad. God, Charles, why didn't you win? I'm not a fanboy, I'm just passionate.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
The race finishers of the Bahrain Grand Prix were Hamilton, Bottas, Leclerc, Verstappen, Vettel, Norris, Raikkonen, Gasly, Albon, Perez, Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Magnussen, Stroll, Russell, Kubica. Wow, did it first time. It was definitely first time. And the non-finishers were Hülkenberg, Ricardo, Sainz, Grosjean. And that is it for the Internet's Best Reactions to the 2019 Bahrain Grand Prix. It has been an absolute pleasure to be out here. So thank you so much to the Bahrain International Circuit for having us out here. To be able to film in the paddock and do IBR is just so, so special. And also to be able to do social media over the last 4 days. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you haven't, go and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram was mainly our port of call for our social stuff. If you want to get involved next time for the Internet's Best Reactions for China, then use the hashtag WTF1, and that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Bahrain GP paddock. I am slightly in awe that I'm still here, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.